Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. As always, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to smash, click, tap the like button, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. It's the only thing that keeps this channel going. It really is. Without that, YouTube says, hey, you don't exist anymore. And I'm talking to myself. But anyway, moving on, I wanted to let you know there's got some funny stuff here. Okay, so it's not just, I'm sure you probably have seen this, so it's not just the announcement. It's some wild meltdowns, but as you can see, Iowa is retiring Caitlin Clark's number 22 on 2/2. 25 makes sense. I believe it's also their first, if not only, nationally televised game um, this year for Iowa women's basketball. They also happen to be playing USC and Juju Watkins, so that's kind of cool to have Juju there for that as well. Now, also I believe Unrivaled is not playing, so you've got the opportunity for people like Lexi Hull and Aaliyah Boston to attend as well, which would be kind of cool. So you think, all right, this is great. Quite possibly the greatest college player of all time. Set the women's scoring record, set the all-time scoring record, beating out Kelsey Plum and Pistol Pete Maravich. Well deserved, no controversy. We're going to move on, right? Not so fast, my friends. There is never anything about Caitlin Clark that is without controversy. Well, okay, we know it's all made up controversy from the Hatelins. Uh, I'm sorry, I just went blank. If I remember the next time I use that, I'll shout it out. Someone told me that. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know if they were the originator or not, but I like it. Hatelins. The Hatelins. The haters. The anti-Clark crazy people, sometimes known as pretend Asia Wilson fans. Um, Apparently, Asia Wilson is also retiring, having her jersey retired at South Carolina, also number 22, on the same date. And of course, that couldn't just be a happy coincidence. They're both 22, so it kind of makes sense for both of them to plan on 2/2. They're completely separate events, have nothing to do with each other. Neither one was in the know on the other's decision in doing it. Caitlin Clark, it's her first year out of college. South Carolina waited 87 years. I'm kidding. What, 7 years? 6 years? 7 years? And that's it. They're different fan bases. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of Clark fans respect Asia Wilson for who she is as a player, but I wouldn't say the fan bases exactly overlap significantly. So there's no big deal. You know, you're going to have the media is going to be hyping up Asia Wilson's. Let's face it, though, anyone getting upset about this should just be thankful that people even know who Asia Wilson is, and now they do, thanks to Caitlin Clark entering the W. And on top of that, if she is what you say, the queen, the face of the league, what does it matter if Caitlin Clark is having her number retired? Because everyone is going to pay attention to the face. Side note on the 22s as well, we have to keep being told Asia Wilson is 22 because nobody knows, because they all know when you say 22, you're talking about Caitlin Clark. Now, let's dig in real quick because we're going to have a little, this is just for fun. We're just having a little fun. There are Asia fans complaining about Caitlin's jersey retirement date and how it's disrespectful, but there's not a single tweet of them promoting Asia's jersey retirement until today. Disrespectful. I mean, it makes sense, right? This is the mentality of all of them. This is what we're talking about. This is what we saw with the Washington Mystics owner who said time for their athlete of the year should have given it to the entire league and put the entire league, all 144 players, on their cover, because by making one athlete the athlete of the year, it hurts their feelings. Their feels get hurt. Man, I tell you what, if the WNBA does truly want to grow, they're going to have to grow up and do it fast. And thankfully, they have all of us to help them along the way. So we're just going to scroll down and go through a few of these. And then I have one wild one that I want to show you. And also, We're going to talk about Aaliyah Boston for a minute as well, because that's going to be a little bit interesting. I love A'ja, the song, not the player. Their children, literally, nobody told them to take 6 years. And I think it's been 7, but I could be 6. I feel like she's been in the W for 6, but I guess the overlap of the season. Yeah, okay. This had probably been in the works as well. Also, they're both 22. I promise it'd be a different date if that weren't the case. Didn't even know this is my point. Didn't even know she had a jersey retirement until I saw news of Cece's. A'ja's jersey is number 22, February 2nd. Yeah, again, everyone has to keep being reminded that A'ja's 22. You don't have to say Caitlyn's 22. We know. The complaints are how everyone is even finding out about A'ja getting her jersey retired. Typical. Well, some Gamecock admin wrote a date incomprehensibly as, yeah, I don't know what all the quotes are for. Tell them it is just Iowa. And since it is a flyover state, and that A'ja is the face. By the way, good book by Dean Koontz, I believe actually titled The Face. Anyway, no one will care about Cece jersey retirement. Just chill, because the media will cover A'ja Psalm Wilson. The face, the queen, the chosen one. Oh my. No one ever second guesses who is meant by 22. Bingo. Other players may wear the same jersey number, but the world knows Caitlin Clark is 22. She owns that number just like all the records she broke. Iowa could give her a retirement ceremony every year and the fans wouldn't complain. Look at those hateful anti-tan fans of Caitlin Clark's. How dare they support such a woman? They look scary. Don't they look scary? Wow. Okay. Uh, anyway, we could probably go on and on. It's so silly. SC Miles, literally 1,000 plus miles from Iowa, separate fan bases, like I said, make it make sense. Reactionary to everything. Not to mention, they announced Caitlin's jersey will be retired right after the season ended. Maybe SC shouldn't have waited over half a decade to retire her jersey so her insecure fans could stop crying that the whole world doesn't stop for A'ja. Wow. So, all right. I want to let me see if I have these the right ones. Yeah. I just want to go through a few. These are more over the top, right? Why the F would y'all retire her jersey on the same day as A'ja? Are y'all stupid? Um, get a mirror. Just saying, get a mirror. Why would they not? Since what they're doing has literally nothing to do with A'ja Wilson, and it certainly isn't going to take away any of Caitlin Clark's fans who are just. I think what you're upset about is that this takes away the shine from the face. It's called being respectful to A'ja, who was 22 way before Caitlin. How about them? Great grammar. I love it. You're educated. Wait till 222 to retire it. But hey, can't expect respect from the college or the W when it comes to respecting. Man, kudos to using 3 versions of that in 3 sentences. Those that came before you. Um, None of this makes sense. Lots of players in all sports have worn 22. Everyone knows Caitlin's 22. They don't know A'ja is. There's no reason for them to move it because it literally has nothing to do with A'ja Wilson at all. Therefore, it has nothing to do with respect, which is a word used way too often, usually improperly, like it's being used here. Yes, I forgot respecting those who came before, just like we talk about in all other sports all the time. Whenever you speak about any current player, you must get out your scroll and read down the names of the thousands of players that came before. Oh, no, wait, never heard of that until Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. Every time SMH, they disrespectful as hell. Again, great grammar. Appreciate it. Thank you. Nope, not the Clark era. Never going to be an, again, great grammar, Clark era, because she's nothing special. All she does is hit logo threes. Barely, my friends, barely, and pass the ball any point. Goward, Goward can do that and better. I actually know someone who is better. Um, I think that's so insanely over the top that I'll let y'all let me know in the comments what this particular one means. Other than I'll say this again, this is the WNBA as it has been, and we are trying so hard to change it to make the league be successful for its basketball. This is no different than the Washington Mystics owner, right? This is all about these are children, adult children, who've never had to grow up. They have an insane amount of entitlement. They are narcissistic. They're spoiled brats who have never faced consequences for anything. They're the child that can't get a piece of candy and plops themselves down in the middle of the grocery store aisle, kicking and screaming their heads off. The problem is they're adults. Oh my goodness. Oh, last thing I want to leave you with is interesting is now South Carolina, alma mater, clearly closer to Miami, Florida than Iowa is. But folks, Aaliyah Boston is a South Carolina alum. I did she play with Asa Will? Did they cross paths? I really truly didn't check. I don't know if they crossed like Boston a freshman while Wilson was a senior. Did that happen? Let me know in the comments below. But I don't know, folks. You've got another, fingers crossed they're able to keep both of them. You've got another decade or so of those two playing together in Indiana Fever, competing for what, by the end of the day, should be multiple WNBA titles. You played with her for USA Basketball. It's going to be interesting to see. Now, maybe to make it easier, she won't go to either. But and I'm just prepping you for it. It's going to be a thing wherever Aaliyah Boston goes, right? If she goes to see Caitlin Clark, all of the media and the old guard WNBA, the people who don't know basketball, that's the other interesting thing about this I want to say real quick. We have found out while they're screaming at the new fans about not knowing basketball, they don't actually know basketball. The new fans are very knowledgeable because they were basketball fans before they were Caitlin Clark fans or WNBA fans. They know the sport. Current or old guard WNBA fans don't know basketball, never knew basketball. They don't support the league because of the basketball. So my point with Aaliyah Boston, if she goes to Iowa for Caitlin Clark, that's going to be made into a huge story about, hey, the disrespect for A'ja Wilson, dissing the face of the league, the world's most popular, well-known athlete ever. How could you do that to A'ja Wilson? And of course, if she goes to South Carolina to see A'ja Wilson, then the narrative they'll try and create a division between Boston and Clark. They'll talk about how, Aaliyah Boston is throwing shade on Caitlin Clark and doesn't respect her, all this other nonsense that will happen. But anyway, I thought it was interesting, like such a simple thing, right? And we're going to have controversy over it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for checking this out once again. Don't forget, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later.